reporter Carl Reiner here at LaGuardia Airport, awaiting the arrival of a plane load of eminent visitors, among them the distinguished Viennese authority on the subject of archaeology and architecture. His new book on the subject of archaeology has just been published. It's entitled Archaeology for Everyone, or Don't Lift Heavy Rocks. And here he comes now, Professor Ludwig von Plassel.
How are you?
How are you, Professor?
Give me a good handshake. Good one. That's the way I like to feel, a good handshake. You know why?
Why's that?
So happy to see somebody. I've been digging around in the ruins, you know, so long I didn't see anybody. It's nice to see somebody. That's enough. Okay.
Professor, you are one of the world's foremost architects and archaeologists. Now, Professor, in all your diggings, why would it be possible for you to say that the Egyptian architecture is the most sturdy and everlasting?
Well, you see, they built simply. Their architecture, when we dug it up, was still in good shape. Because they built simply, like, look at the pyramids. 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 Hit me over here. Look at the pyramids. Look at that. That's it. Now, you see, you take and you know how they build? They build like the animals build. When an animal builds something, he builds it strongly and very cheaply.
I see.
Because animals got no money enough. They're broke, boy. They got a penny. Even the richest one ain't got a cent. Take on me. What has he got? Just what's on his back, and that's it. So when they build something, they build it. Like there was a dam that I saw over in Egypt that they built. It was beautiful because, what did they do? They watched the beavers. Because the beavers are the best dam builders in the world.
In all your diggings throughout the world, what would you say is the most exciting finding you ever had?
Why?
What was the most...
Speak up, I can't listen to you.
Professor, what was the most exciting thing you ever found in all of your diggings throughout the world?
Well, in all the diggings, we was digging in Persia once.
In Persia?
We was digging there, a couple of fellas was just, you know, shoveling up the sand and stuff, when they found a hole.
Found a hole?
They found a hole bigger than the hole they were digging. The hole was underneath the hole that was underneath the hole. That was the hole. A little hole like that, what a hole! And we started to dig around there. We found a whole new city.
A whole new city?
A whole new city, but we dug for about maybe 3-4 years. And around this city was a beautiful wall.
A wall?
A wall of magnificence. I don't know what it was made out of, maybe mosaic crumblings or something. I don't know what it was. But it was a beautiful wall, and on the wall, they had a beautiful inscription, hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphic inscription.
So I wanted to know who it was right away, so I called for my translator, Yaha. Yaha was the translator. And I said, Yaha, but what does it say there? Oh, and Yaha went and said, look at the hieroglyphics on the wall, and he said, Yaham nacharit saracham nichtich chasisam ram shirei narav put mirei, ta saracham nita trupa nichar. Me, prochinitza po mirei, ta sanach ram, ruch pinicha, ulachi pranicha, wah, ikamicha lobe, sulina ha, ehu hachi prenichu ne praicha. And I said, Yaha, what does it mean? And he said, no handball playing against this wall. Kids come up with the balls and they had iron balls in those days. So they smash up a beautiful mosaic ball, you know, going around. Boy,
how about the fact... Professor, how about the fact that archaeology as a science is very closely relied and related to archaeology and anthropology as a science? How about the fact that these two sciences have a common meeting ground with comparative osteology? How about the fact that all three of these make sort of a comparative science of mankind?
Yeah, how about that? That's pretty good.
Yes, well, Professor, what would you say is the greatest engineering feat you were ever asked to perform?
Well, the greatest feat of restoring something, I had to straighten out the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
They asked you to straighten out the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
I was around in the cuckoo country looking for cuckoos, you know. And I had a couple of cuckoos in the pocket, but they called me they paid me so much for the job to straighten out the Leaning Tower. So I run up there and I cased the tower, you know. Right away, I look around and see where it's leaning, why it's leaning, if it's against the wind, if it's not against the wind. And I looked at the tower and I said, boys, down the way, we're gonna just straighten out this tower as we gotta put a big chain around it. And then we got to get some animals that have a lot of what do you call it?
Endurance.
Endurance, yeah. Got to get but it can go for days without drinking, you know. And so we said right away camels. you know?
Camels.
And we take this chain and put it around the humps of the camel.
Around the humps of the camels?
Yes, we got about 2,000 camels, you know. Well, I looked it over and I got a good day to start. And we tied the chains around the humps of the camels and we said, all right, go! And the camels started to pull and I said, Yahoo! Come on, die wir ausschweren, Yahoo! Wir Augenbrecher, Schala, ja! Yahoo, man, die Aufzipischen rausgelegen und der kleine rausgewesen war auch gemacht. Und the camels were straining and pulling and pulling and pulling. And we did this for 3 weeks.
Well, did you straighten out the tower?
No, but we straightened out the camels. Boy. They was really straightened out. You want to buy some smooth camel skin? Really smooth.
Professor.
And fully packed.
There were many, I understand, unusual civilizations in the course of the world. What would you say is the most unusual civilization you ever came across?
Well, we came across a civilization that was completely matriarchal.
A matriarchal society?
You know what that means?
Yes, where women are in charge.
That's right. Women are all the bosses there running everything there. They're just, you know, they're in charge. The women, they are and everything. They're the top, the boss.
Well, where is that?
Cincinnati. I was there a couple of times. I got told off a few times by a few girls there. Boy, oh boy. I was ready to talk to them. What are you talking to me? I don't need that, you know.
Now, Professor...
Do you need it?
Well, I don't know.
I don't need it.
Professor, there is a book, of course, what we consider to be the greatest book ever written on archaeology by Sir James Poffrey.
What do you mean the greatest book on Sir? What, you read my book?
Well, your book was sort of an added note to James Poffrey.
What do you mean an added note? What's the matter with you?
Well, it's...
What's the matter? An added note? 1,100 pages is an added note? That's some note, 1,100 pages.
Well, we feel that the basic principles that were put down about archaeology were...
Get out of here.
Well, they were put down by Sir James Poffrey.
You don't like me, do you?
Well, it's not that, Professor.
Well, what are you insulting me in front of? I knew you didn't like me.
Well, it's not that, Professor, but it happens that everybody...
Get out of here.
Everybody considers Sir James Poffrey...
Get out of here.
Well, everybody...
I don't want to talk with you no more. Give me the pencil and paper. I don't want to talk with you no more. Get out of here.
Well, Sir James...
Get out of here. Anybody want to interview me? Anybody?